Wade
and Wade
reacts.
This is our review for Castlevania Nocturne. We're going to tell you the good, the bad, the nitpicks, and if this is good or not. So as far as this show, what do you think about it?
The show is worth a watch because Castlevania is a visual marvel, full of colorful animation, and the animators still managed to accomplish a gritty feel. The series is sprinkled with fantastic action scenes that are well choreographed as well as aesthetically satisfying. Both the heroes and the villains are well designed. And I think that's the only good that I could find in this series.
Yeah, the only good in this series is the animation, the art style, the action, and then, spoiler, Alakar shows up at the end. That's the only good part about this show. So let's get into the bad.
The story is terrible. The story is nonsensical, doesn't make sense. The villains, certain of the villains, I forgot his name. That's how bad, this is an additional bad part. That's how bad this series is at keeping your attention. A lot of the characters, I don't even know what their names are. I found myself looking down at my phone, and then when I finally watched a couple of episodes again to get a feel for the story, one of the villains did not stay true to his own particular motivation. And it didn't make sense as to why he was in servitude to the Vampire Messiah when his goal is to take over just like hers is. Yeah. Why in the world is he being of service to her when he's building an army of demons or monsters, whatever they are? Why not just destroy the vampires with your monsters so they can be out of the way and you'll be able to accomplish your goal, which is to take over the world?
Yeah, speaking of that, you said you couldn't remember the characters' names. I couldn't either. And I thought that the Vampire Messiah had a name. I thought I missed it. I was like, well, what is the character's name? I watched it again, the Vampire Messiah. That's all we need to know. Man, this show is, you can't keep your attention. The only standout thing about this is the action. And the action is not even that good because you don't even care about the characters. Man, I think I only remember what they got. They got baby grown man Belmont. They got old man Belmont. Grandpa Belmont, we should call him. That's about the only good characters on the show. Then he has his sidekick characters. We have the who is it? The mother and the daughter duo. Yeah, I ain't really like them. They was trash. They daddy, the priest, like the one you was talking about with the bad character motivations. He sacrificed. I thought he was a God-fearing man, and then he accepted the queen. And then we have the character that should have been the villain, which they set this up like he was gonna be the villain because they had him being like a prominent antagonist in the trailer, which was the Native American. I don't know if he was Aztec or Mayan, but he was like brushed to the side. Yeah, that's even how they started the series off. He killed one of the this is Rickard. He killed his mother.
The first episode, he kills Belmont's or young Belmont's mother. Then he walks up to him and says, "Little boy Belmont," and tells him he's going to be ready for him when he becomes an adult and tries to hunt him down for revenge. But then, like you said, later on in the series, he's diminished as a character. That mysterious aura turns out to mean nothing. There's no payoff with this character. Then he's minimized to just a nothing, just a nobody.
Man, they literally transformed that character. I'm not lying. They turned him into booty. That's all. Hey, that's all. He develops a relationship with one of the Templars, which the Templars' character designs are terrible. Man, they got on some silk spandex underneath some cloths. They're like, and this is supposed to be late 1700s, early 1800s. Where are the guns? Why the Knights Templars still got swords and shields? Like, man, get this mess out of here.
It was ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yeah, and then I wanted to watch this because I knew that Alakar, he's a timeless character because he is half human, half vampire. I thought he was going to show up much earlier. Spoiler again, Alakar shows up at the end and he steals the show when he shows up.
Oh, definitely.
I'm more interested in him. And I know that a lot of the fans because I'm not a fan of Castlevania, but I hear a lot of the fans talk about Symphony of the Night, and I looked that up. It's the game with just Alakar starring in there. I wanted to see that. But now with Netflix, what they did with this show, I don't want to see a series with Alakar.
Oh no.
Because I know that they'll mess it up.
Oh yeah, because they're already messing this up. You got that character, I forgot her name, but the black lady. Then you got the guy who's a singer.
I can hear his voice right now.
His story started off good. He was performing in theater. He was an actor, singer. He was performing in musicals. That's what I'm looking for. So his story started off decent. But what they did was they made what was supposed to be his talent that everybody enjoyed, made the viewers hate this man's singing voice.
And I was gonna put that in the nitpick category. Man, that dude kept singing. Man, that's not nitpick. It's bad because it ruined my experience watching this show. Man, every time they show that dude, man, there's another spoiler. I think what they call them chimeras or something like that. Man, whatever they transform people in when they die, this dude is a zombie monster still singing. Like, man, I don't want to hear that mess. Every scene.
Every single
This
scene.
nigga he sings so horrible that he can turn people that have lost their souls and they're just mindless monsters, he can turn them back. That's how horrible his singing is.
There were a couple of monsters that tried to shut this man up just for the sake of shutting him up, and they killed him.
Man.
It's terrible.
And let's get into the nitpick. What nitpicks do you have with this show?
The small details of the story didn't lead anywhere. They gave us useless details that didn't really add anything to the story or take anything away. It was just, what the heck? That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, my only nitpick is it was like I know they wanted to do some character development with the Belmont, the main Belmont, not the grandpa. Somebody kills your parents. We're used to seeing stories like when somebody kills your parent or your loved one, even John Wick, your dog, which represented the gift that his wife gave to him. You're going to hunt that person down. There's a scene where they're like in a dungeon, and the Belmont, the younger one, he finally has a confrontation with the being that killed the vampire that killed his parents, and then he runs off out of trauma and start crying. I'm like, that's your chance to get your get back.
And they had the vampires on their heels. All they had to do was keep pressing a little bit further, and they would have had it done.
Yeah, show would have been over.
Exactly. Another nitpick. Where was Granddaddy Belmont? I thought that he would have teamed up with his grandson and said, you know what? I'm going to help you take revenge on the Native American vampire. And I'm going to help you defeat the big bad. I'm going to help you defeat the vampire Messiah and her minions. But they just threw that character away, and it seemed like he was pretty formidable.
Yeah, now if they're good writers, let's just hope that they get it together, because there has been a lot of fan criticism for this first season. So if they are good writers, I would think that they would try to make up for what they did with this season, give us better story and more action. And it would seem to me, since they are on their heels, because this ends on the cliffhanger, not a good one at that either. Seeing Alakar ain't enough to make me want to watch the second season.
Oh no!
I watch the fight scenes with him on YouTube, but what they should do is bring in the granddad. Maybe he has some former people that he used to work with back in his heyday. Get them together and bring them, or if it's any other characters for the Castlevania fans that y'all know about that should be in the story that's not, bring them in and then let them team up and fight the vampire Messiah.
See, now that would add some texture to the story, some much needed texture, because this story is bland as can be.
Yeah, and the only thing this show has working for it is the action. Without the action, if this was a drama, I would have been turned it off. So from a scale to whack to masterpiece, where does this show sit for you?
This show is whack.
Yeah.
Like you said, the only thing to enjoy about this show is the animation, is visually pleasing. But the story is terrible. So all that you can enjoy from this and that is the action, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah, I say the same thing. This show is whack. The only way I could see somebody watching this and really enjoying it, if they're a fan of Castlevania to the point where they're just happy to see the characters come to life no matter what they do to them.
If this fan base is anything like those who are fans of Star Wars sequel trilogy, then they'll definitely enjoy anything that has the title Castlevania, no matter how trash it is.
Yeah. So that's been our review for Castlevania Nocturne. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one, and we out of here.
Peace.